This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, it is 6:53. Let's get you ready to take on your Tuesday here in the Morning Sprint.
Sydney Charles telling us about a speech President Biden is set to give in Poland today.
We're expecting snow later today. That means we'll see plows back on our streets. Destiny Richards is live with what we can expect from the city and the DOT.
But first, today is a weather alert day. Let's get right to Mark telling us about snow, wind, and cold temps.
Boy, all of that. Again, on this alert day, it's going to be for today and tomorrow. Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and the surrounding areas, certainly into the mountains. And it's the winds, the snow, and those who are going to try traveling into those mountains. At Forecast Radar has this arriving about 11 a.m., hanging out 1 to 3 inches Spokane, but more into Idaho and northeastern Washington. If you're heading north on Highway 2 or 395, you will see snow. So we will see that snow moving in. Temperatures in the 30s and the gusty winds calming down this afternoon, and the winds shift direction.
No snow affecting your morning commute right now, but that is coming later. It can make for a very messy afternoon, evening commute, so you want to be prepared. The City of Spokane and Washington Department of Transportation says when those first flakes start falling, they'll be pre-treating and sanding the roads. Since there are plenty of incidents where plows were being hit, they ask that you take it slow, give them plenty of space. With more people on the roads, there's definitely going to be more traffic as they're trying to clear the roadways, so be careful and take your time today.
An update to a story we...
All right, snow is coming across Washington. It's already been falling on Stevens and Snoqualmie Pass, where traction tires and chains are required. Several skiers and snowboarders enjoyed the new snowfall yesterday. Today, though, the Northwest Avalanche Center warning that moderate to high danger across the backcountry, warning Washingtonians to play it safe. DOT is planning to shut down a portion of Highway 2 this morning at around 8 a.m. for avalanche control.
Now an update to a story we first brought you last month from the Palouse. The Whitman County Coroner's Office now says a 19-year-old WSU freshman died by suicide. The office says Luke Tyler had alcohol and common antidepressants in his system when he was found dead in his dorm January 22nd. Investigators say Tyler suffered acute intoxication due to the combined effects of alcohol and bupropion, commonly prescribed for people with seasonal affective disorder and to help people stop smoking.
This house in Auburn, Washington has been the site of not one but 2 homicides happening within 3 months of each other. Deputies got a call about a fight and a shooting. When they arrived, they found 1 man dead and a 2nd man hurt. In November, they got a similar call about an explosion. Detectives believe that victim was killed there and someone set the house on fire to destroy evidence.
In just a few hours, President Joe Biden will deliver a speech in Poland, marking the 1-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He'll deliver remarks reaffirming America's commitment to Ukraine and condemning Russia. And amid Russia's attacks on Ukraine, Biden arrived for a surprise visit in Kyiv yesterday. He was greeted by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and his wife. Biden's historic trip marks the first time an American president in modern times has visited a war zone where the U.S. has no military presence. The latest on President Biden's high-stakes trip to Europe to mark 1 year since Russia invaded Ukraine is coming up next on Good Morning America.
Russian President Vladimir Putin doubled down on the war in Ukraine during his State of the Nation speech, seeking to blame the West for the conflict. Putin said, quote, "They are not going to stop. The threat continues every day." Putin also said Russia is suspending its participation in the new START nuclear arms reduction treaty.
This week, the Supreme Court is set to hear arguments that could reshape online speech and content. 2 cases are looking at whether tech platforms and social media companies can be sued for recommending content to their users. Justices will also look at lawsuits concerning the support of international terrorism by hosting terrorist content. Rulings in these cases are expected by the end of June.
A new 6.3 magnitude earthquake killed 3 people and injured more than 200 others in parts of Turkey already devastated by the 7.8 magnitude quake 2 weeks ago that killed more than 46,000 people. At least 130 people were injured in neighboring Syria as well. Search and rescue efforts are underway in 3 collapsed buildings where 6 people are believed trapped.
A health clinic is opening today for people in Ohio affected by the toxic train derailment in East Palestine. Reported conditions include sore throats, headaches, and vomiting. This morning, 15,000 pounds of contaminated soil and 1 million gallons of contaminated water have been excavated from that site. All right, we're back with the final check of the weather with Mark Peterson on a day we're expecting snow next.